All right.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Alexa.
Alexa. Jesus. Guys, we had a pretty good convo beforehand. We're not going to talk about any of it because,
Yeah, it wasn't anything, rancid, lack of a better term. It's just, these media people in the sports industry. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. hmm Yep. Um, Kevin Hart is our solution. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next in line is going to be me when I go on that show. I'm not going to mention it because I don't want the guy to, give a shitty take as always. But now everybody knows. Um, there's just one guy who everybody knows. It gets
Very specific, very well known
now,
media
Joe
person.
Rogan. Now. You don't know as much about MMA as I do. So shut up, Joe Rogan. Okay, man. Whatever.
Let's stop before sponsorships later down the line get canceled because there's one video.
Now,
Until we
Mac could make fun of. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Okay. In the great words of Habib Nurmagomedov, I don't even want to talk about this shit right now. So he said
yeah.
that to that guy too. That was incredible. I got to show you that I'm on later. But anyway, now
Mm-hmm.
everybody knows. But I don't really care. Um, yeah, man. Oh God, isn't it just sad when you see like people who used to like know just turn into like just complete idiots, for lack of a better term. Like,
What do you mean? They're
oh
like still stuck in like their peak was high school.
no, man, it's just like they just feed into a BS culture, like the Instagram culture, you know,
Hmm.
like the high fashion, those dumb poses and all this stuff. It's like, because I'll tell you what got me to talking about this, right?
Yeah, I get what you mean, but of course, explain more.
Yeah. So I was just like going through Instagram and I went to the search tab and I like, was typing in a specific letter and then somebody who I used to know from elementary school popped up, right? She also went to
Mm-hmm.
high school with me, but I think I only like talked to her like once and I clicked on
Mm-hmm.
it, and bro, the shit I was seeing, it was just like, bro, she was like she did this weird thing of like being in a like doing a sexual pose with a bikini top on and like booty shorts with the thong thing,
Oh God.
like fake tattoos on and all that, and like what's it called, other stuff like this stupid Instagram stuff, like she was posting stuff with like expensive stuff and these dumbass glasses and all that, and just like this other guy.
So she was just like a social, like she was trying to be a fake influencer. Well, I wouldn't say a
Yeah,
fake,
set
but
bait essentially. And I'm just like, dude, what are you doing with yourself? Like, what? Like, it's so weird because like she's super into like, you know, like female empowerment and all this stuff. And it's like, bro, why are you just like, excuse me, like for lack of a better term, but like hoeing yourself out on the internet? It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
I'm
it's
actually
weird.
shocked we haven't talked about this before. Well,
Yeah.
probably haven't private like a bunch of times. That's why. But uh, you know, I forgot. Hold on, because I don't know who exactly said this, but the new drug. That's literally this is literally why people are doing it.
Yeah,
Attention.
man.
It's attention, man. That's literally all that it is. Like that little text that you get saying, "Oh my God, Queen! Oh my God, King!" That gets to your head, and you start fishing for it over and over and over, and it's just like you can see it for a lot of people, like especially women when they're poking their butt out, like they use their body to get the attention. Guys, I don't know how they do it. Like some guys, like I guess some, like I don't know, some dude named Bryce. That just sounds like a guy that would do that. I think I'm thinking of Bryce Hall, like those type of
Mm.
people, where they just use their body and their looks to get attention and compliments, and they try to balance this line of not being too sexual, so they don't get called like names, but they still get the attention and stuff like that. So you just see this balancing act of just stupidity just for attention, and it's like social media, man. This is it right here.
Well, Joey Diaz said something that I thought was like, so I gotta send you this video, man. But he said something like, "Bro, everybody's a sheep now. Like, if you look in a crowd, it's like, bro, everybody's like wearing the same thing. Everybody just looks the same. Everybody's got a Starbucks cup in their hand. Everybody's going to, Prada, riding in a Rolls Royce. Everybody wants this, but it's like, dude, there's nobody who wants to be different anymore. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like it's so weird because it's like with this generation, everybody's acting like, oh, I'm so different. It's like, no, bro, you're posting stuff on social media about riding in a Rolls Royce with Prada and Gucci and whatever other big brands there is or whatever, and it's just dude, what do you like? What is this? There's no individual. Like everybody's a sheep nowadays, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and it's like it's for the attention. It's like they like they feel like they're part of like some sort of beehive or something, you know?
Yeah.
And dude, what is the point of that? Like, what does it do? It's like, and a lot of people excuse it was like, why are you pooping on it? There's somebody just having fun. I'm just living my best life. It's like, bro, like, what are you doing to sustain yourself though? You
Mm-hmm.
know? It's like you're talking about all this like wealth stuff and high fashion, showing your body and all this, but it's like, bro, like what are you doing? Like, are you working? Are you working hard? Like, are you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, what else is there to your name but that then? You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if everybody likes the color like red, then what the hell is the point of even like being red, you know? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's like, what is the point at the end of the day? You know? It's like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like, what is the point of having something that's seen as, you know, above everything else that everybody else has? Then it's not above everything else. It's the same thing that everybody's doing.
Wait, it's actually this quote, right? The Incredibles.
Mhm.
If everyone's super, that means no one is. Exactly.
Yep.
Syndrome. I think he said that. Something very similar to that. I probably messed up one word, but the general saying is it's like, you know, if everyone got this one thing, like, is everyone really like different? Like, are you really above class or something? You
Yep.
know, that's why like I think me and you we don't even play that game because if everyone else got it, I don't want it. It's just like, you know,
Exactly.
and it's not like oh I want something different that's equally expensive. It's like no, I just don't want to look like
A
the next
douche.
dude. That too. I don't want to look like that. I have my own style, and if it takes me creating it, I'll go do it. If everyone else steals my trend, I might have to copyright. I don't know. I might have to just stop that from happening. But it's just like tell that man to stop wearing my goddamn jeans. But I don't understand why everyone like it's like it's always this new thing like the new Gucci bag is coming out. Oh my god, everyone wants it and everyone has it. It's like it doesn't make you any better than the next person because you have an expensive bag that everyone else has. And even if you did have that bag and no one else did, is how you feel about that bag that matters at the end of the day. Whether it's $10, $100, or has a cool design, you just bought it. At least you're different instead of just trying to one up. It's like, oh yeah, everyone sees me. I got the Rolex two tone. It's like, all right, but it's that Rolex three tone. Exactly, that don't even exist. Go make it. Like, you get my point.
Yeah, I get it, man. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just so weird to see like somebody used to know as like, just a kid like you, just a wholesome kid into like cartoons and all that, and then when they enter 18 adulthood, they're just like like, you know, a sheep. Like they're
Yeah.
just like their OnlyFans model now. It's like, what? You know,
Exactly.
it's Jesus, what happened? It's like I remember used to like buy clothes from like Justice and all that, and like freaking Hannah Montana,
That's a new
Han-
one.
what happened?
No, I've never heard somebody say Hannah Montina. I was like, huh?
Yeah, I know. Hannah Montana, like the shirt where if you press a button, like the thing would like sing. It's like now you're going from that to booty shorts that probably say bad, B on it or something like that. I don't know. Um, and then rocking fake tattoos with a thong on. It's like, dude, huh? What happened?
Exactly. Like it's like cool to disrespect yourself and all that stuff. Now it's like, again for the name of attention, you know. Like now we're going down this rabbit hole. Whoever could do the craziest, that steered away from women too. It's like just in general, like Bunk Gang, he was trying to do crazy stuff. He would, get a haircut, run out the store, and then other stuff. He would like steal stuff and like rob, and then it would get crazier and crazier. And luckily, he stopped and I guess changed his ways. But it's like that's what people are doing now for attention. They're digging themselves a bigger hole until they realize I can't get out of this, and they're just trapped in there. And that does include OnlyFans, like in general, like because when you buy that stuff and people buy it, they expect you to do more and more. If you keep just like, taking bikini pics, guys get bored. Sooner or later, you might have to go and do some hardcore stuff, and you're not ready for that, and you keep digging yourself a bigger hole, and it's like, oh my god, I just was here for the fast money. Now you have to commit to something. So,
I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just like that. It's also another thing of like materialism. It's like when you go on Instagram, it's, the fast cars, jewelry, all this stuff. It's like, bro, like my whole thing on Wild is never like, I mean, there's certain things that I'd like. We did an episode where we talked about, certain things that we would like to own in the future, but it's like, but at the end of the day, if I never got it, I'm going to be okay. Do you know why, Monty? Because these things can always be burnt. They can always be destroyed. They can all be gone in a flood. You know what I'm saying? So it's worthless, you know? It's all worthless if you think about it. If the world goes to poop tomorrow, your house is worthless, computer, your gold is worthless, all that, and it's just, what is the point? You know?
mm-hmm.
And I don't know, dude. It's like people just, I don't know, man. They it's like this materialism is a weird thing for me because I never understood it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't say I didn't understand it because I kind of understand why people are materialistic, but it's like, what does it get you? It's like, it's on to the next thing now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like there's no sustainability in it. You can't sustain that sort of mentality,
Yeah.
you
Because
know?
again, like you're digging yourself a bigger hole. Oh, now I need a more expensive thing. I need something more better material. All that, like it keeps going up and up and up like that. Whatever the new thing is, you will constantly want it, and it won't fulfill that desire. It's like another short-term pleasure that we, like talked about before. That's what it becomes. It's just you're pleasuring yourself with short-term things like, oh, new bag, new thing, new basketball, new video game, new console. Like you're just constantly doing that. Like
Yeah.
that won't make you happy.
It's also like people who follow these new social media trends, like at least in my experience, it's like if you're a little like weird, you know, like I would
Mm-hmm.
say you and me are a bit, I mean, technically speaking, we are weird, you know,
Yeah,
like
I don't know what the hell normal means anyway.
exactly what is really normal. But, it's like, dude, people like that look at us, people who are not following these trends, and they're like, that guy's weird. Don't talk to him, you know? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what is your definition of normal? You know? Isn't like a common belief here that everybody is different? Like, so if I'm being different, I'm getting judged for it. It's like, it's paradoxical here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's strange, man. And, I don't know. I think young people especially suffer from this sort of stuff because it's like young people have a tendency to be like, oh, shiny silver spoon, I want it. Or, oh, that's cool, you know?
Yeah, And plus, like social media in general, it kind of screws up your view because, like, people get depressed because they always see, like, the fitness models everywhere, and that extends to anything because they always see the new flashiest thing, and like, oh my god, I want it because it's like your world becomes macro through the phone. It becomes super big, and now you're constantly seeing not an average lifestyle. You're constantly seeing what's up there, the high value, the high style lifestyle. And that's not realistic because,
Mm.
again, people are faking it, or half the time it's just like you're seeing it from a view of just one or two dudes. But if you're constantly seeing that over and over, you're scrolling, you're seeing the next expensive thing, a girl, showing off her body, another expensive thing, girl showing off body, guy showing off body over and over and over. That's going to mess your head up because you will
Yeah.
expect that over and over.
That's not real life though, you know?
Exactly.
And a lot of people, they're just vicariously living through these fake people too, you know? It's like, ugh,
And that's the
that's
biggest
me.
thing, especially with the Kardashians.
Yeah. I mean, that's why reality TV is so successful. It's like, oh, you're living with these people, you know, you feel like you know them, but no, you don't, you know?
Like that, it's dramatized. Like it's like it's not actually how they live like that. They don't like when they're off their camera, it's peaceful. Like,
Yeah.
but when it's on the camera, they try to create as much drama as possible
Yeah.
to get the most views. But realistically, it's never like that.
Yeah. Like, you know, Kim Kardashian might go crazy, like, uh, uh, my, like, I didn't know what to do. My Range Rover, the one of the stitching was just off, and like, I didn't know what to do, and I just did like, you know, it's like, dude, like these aren't real people, dude. They're not real, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I think I said this on the podcast before. It's like, yo, there's no more real people. You know, everybody's just putting on a mask now. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
it's like there's nobody who's real anymore. You know, there's no authentic people anymore. And when you meet somebody who's authentic, it's like that video you sent me. You know, they're viewed as weird. You
Yeah.
know, like the dude who is just, you know, saying stuff out loud. You know, he might be obnoxious, but he's being authentic. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and he's looked at as a weirdo, you know, and it's I don't know, man. It's just we're so comfortable being in line, but when you're in line, you lose your humanity, you know, you lose what makes you you.
Yep.
And it's just it's sad to see, man. It really is. I just when I saw that girl, I wasn't like just like, oh, here's not. I just felt bad. You know, when I saw her in that picture, I just felt bad, you know?
Yeah, because it's just another person falling for the hype. That's
Yeah.
basically what it is, the hype of it. Like, just following in, trying to, do what everyone else is doing. And I feel like at the end of the day, none of it is good. You know, to have those glasses to poke your butt out a certain way, that doesn't, at the end of the day, doesn't matter. Like, people don't look at you like real authentic people look at you and say, oh, that's a good person. Like, no, you're just getting attention. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever experienced something like this or
A bunch. I've seen. I like it's like I even see this girl. Like she was, lack of a better term, she was always like chasing that bad B mentality, that like, like whatever Megan Thee Stallion puts in her lyrics, the city girl, like that, the lifestyle she was trying to do. And she's been doing that since middle school.
yeah.
And then I think she kind of blew up on TikTok and now she's kind of like living that lifestyle a little more, but it's still, she's not happy. At the end of the day, she's not happy. I know, like she's not happy. Like the more she matures, like it's like it's like she knows what she's like. She know like her past was wrong, but she's still doing worse than she's doing now. Like I feel like she's going a little far end, and it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell her that because if I do, I'm gonna get cursed out. Like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, you know. And I'm
Yeah.
just, I don't, I like, and hopefully she doesn't get hurt by that lifestyle. She keeps, riding it more and more, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, and dude, if you look at it, it's like, let's say you're one of these girls who likes going to the club. It's like, you put your drink down for a second, it is over.
Yeah,
Because somebody slips a pill in there, then you know, get a little drowsy, and then, you know, you quote unquote see this hot guy who, you know, is trying to help you, but it ends up doing something to you. It's like, dude, this is the cost, you know?
yeah.
And dude, a lot of people just don't get it, man. And it's just tiring at this point, just seeing it. And then and then when you question people on it, it's like, no, I'm not the problem. You are. Like, I'm the problem for trying to help you. Like, somebody is a problem because they're trying to help you.
Yeah, because if you tell somebody the truth, it's like, hey, what you're doing is not right. And matter of fact, I think in general, that's one of the biggest problems, like from what I've heard, like, the older generation have with us. If they
Mm,
pull us to the side and tell us, hey, you're not moving right, this is not the way to do things, the person that you're telling that to will get mad at you, like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, like, because you're telling them that they're doing something wrong instead of facing the issue. They're like, they think you're wrong to project that anger on you, like, instead of trying to fix the problem. Because I guess I wouldn't say it's easier to just, get mad and continue doing what you're doing, because at the end of the day, that's how you get hurt. But at the moment, that's how you just deflect the problem.
yeah. I mean, man, everybody thinks that the hero of their story, and people
Mm-hmm.
think the hero is never wrong. But that's not true. That's not true, you know? And I think, yeah, like you said, with the generation, we don't want to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's because people think, that because they're young, they know more. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I've heard it a million times. Don't worry. But it's like at the end of the day, have you ever implemented what you've heard?
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest issues. If anything, I had that problem before. When I was 15, people would tell me, "Hey, do 100 push-ups." I listened, but I never did it. And then when I started doing it, I was like, "Yo, they were really right." Like even little stuff like that. And when it's bigger stuff like how you're living your life, when someone tells you, "Hey, this ain't the right way," hey man, you got to make that change quick.
I mean, I'll speak like this. It's like sometimes older people do like say some stuff without realizing that the kid is actually doing that. It's more of a mental thing. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like a lot of times, like I'll speak for myself. It's like, when I'm driving with somebody who I know, it's like, we'll come to a corner and they'll think, oh, you didn't slow down, but I did slow down.
Yeah.
Or, it's like, I'll take something from that situation and be like, okay, you know what? Let me slow down a little earlier. You know what I mean? Because you know what? Let me think of it this way. If I slow down right before coming up to the curb and somebody's coming fast from behind me and they're close, that could become a problem. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So let me look at it from that direction. Okay. Then I was like, you know what I mean? That's the sort of thing you need to do, you know? So that situation right there that I just mentioned, it's a misunderstanding, but there's some stuff I can learn from it, some stuff they can learn from it?
Yeah, exactly. Like
And
I like that's another thing. Like, we're not saying all old people know what they're talking about. You still got to take some of the things with a grain of salt or two or three, depending on how it is. But overall, all advice you got to at least listen. You may not have to implement it, but it matters at least hearing another person's perspective.
and don't get angry at it either because at the end of that person's just trying to help.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes, yeah, people could say things to be, a smart A or, just try to put their thing in just because they're there, them. But at the end of the day, man, just differentiate the useful stuff from the useless stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very important to do. And yeah. Also, Amani, explain the grayest and the blobbiest thing to me right here because I haven't.
Actually,
What is
this
it?
is an episode because like we were talking about how everyone was different. Like I remember this episode from Fairly Odd Parents.
Hmm.
Basically, I don't remember what the wish was. I
Hmm.
guess Timmy said, "Hey, I want everything to be the same,"
Hmm.
and the whole episode was just how everyone was just trying to be a gray blob as best as they possibly could be.
Hmm.
And then I guess like the conflict in the episode, he was like, "Oh, I want my hat back," and of course it was a pink thing,
Yeah.
and he got treated different. Like he got treated as an outcast because he wasn't the same as everyone else.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to. Hopefully this episode doesn't get blocked for that, because we're like showing pictures of the episode, but I don't think we will. But I wish like I could show more, but like, that's what the episode was about. Just everyone trying to be the same. Like it was a competition to be a gray blob.
Yeah. Hey, man, promos, man, promos.
Oh hell yeah,
Um,
they're not taking that down. Let's go. Let's
yep.
go.
You can't get us Nickelodeon.
Exactly.
Yeah. I never liked this show, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I watched it from time to time, but I thought it was just weird. Not weird, but kind of just boring. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, but you know, whenever it was on, I would watch it. So not
Yeah,
like, oh, newest episode, I'm gonna sit down and eat. But it's just like, you know, whatever's on. You
yeah,
know.
yeah. God, I was just imagining having Fairly Odd Parents, man. The type of stuff I'd wish for, man. Oof,
Mm-hmm.
oof. Yeah, why didn't Timmy like just wish to be like the richest person in the world? That's just like dumb that he didn't do that.
Actually, no, there was rules against that. They couldn't like ask for certain things like that because you know, like you know, humbleness and all that stuff. Like there were some wishes that couldn't be granted.
Oh, like so you can't wish for, to have like the powers of Superman or something like that.
Maybe briefly, but then it would you wouldn't be able to do like certain things with it, you know, or else you would get in trouble, you know.
Yeah. Damn. I wish to be a Fairly Odd Parent. Oh, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, yeah, that definitely that would get you like slammed.
Yeah. Remember the big army dude from the show?
Oh, Jorgen, yo,
Dude.
one of the best characters actually. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So he was like Arnold Schwarzenegger, basically, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I thought that dude was Indian the whole time, so I was like, damn, finally seeing an Indian person in a cartoon. Let's go. I've never seen that before.
I see.
So
Yeah, that is crazy. We haven't really seen that many. I don't think I've ever seen a single. No, there's Baojik. That's like
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And there's I don't know any other Indian like characters like.
I don't care, man. I sat there. I mean, even as a kid, I didn't really care because it's like, yeah, you know what? There's nobody to tell me, I don't need anybody to tell me Indian can be the main star of a show. I'll do it myself, So it's whatever, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. But yeah, man. Oh God. Like I said, man, it was just sad to see,
Yeah,
Like,
because I feel like in general, social media is just like, not to sound like one of them old people, because to be honest, it's the greatest gift, but the greatest curse. Because to be honest, if you're posting those type of pictures, you could have companies like endorse you and they'll send you clothes and stuff like that. But people don't think that far. They're just like, oh my God, I want attention. No, if you monetize that, I can understand that because I see a lot of women doing that. And I'm like, yo, that's actually pretty cool. But you know, a regular person like that, like majority of those people they don't think ahead like that. Or like, oh, let me be an influencer on the side. I do want to get clothes and stuff like that. Let me just post pictures and I'll get sponsored. Like, no, they don't think that far. They're just like, all right, let me poke my butt out a certain way to get all these likes. Like, come on.
yeah. Hey, man, but that's gonna be embarrassing to tell their kids, like, yeah, mom did that on social media.
Yeah, and then they get bullied on at
Yeah.
school. Not my kid, not my kid. I'll handle it myself.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, I don't know. You want to end it now, or
Yeah, that's really all that we got. You know, everyone wants to be the same, and on social media. Not me, not Matt. We do it different. That's why we're raw. Not.
yep. Yep. I mean, that name might change in the future, but that's a little surprise for the future.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah. We still gotta talk about that, but
yeah.
it's called renovation. You know, sometimes you gotta rework everything. They Kobe reworked his game.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to just go from a bird to a phoenix.
Exactly.
Ooh,
Fly on
maybe a
these
little
people
hint, maybe a little,
luxuriously.
yeah, maybe a little hint, maybe a little hit. No, I'm just joking. Um, but yeah, now the Raw Goats fan base is going, hey, another Phoenix. The Reddit page is blowing up right now.
Yep. One
But
subscriber. Not.
yeah, we got to get a Reddit eventually now, man.
Oh God, yeah. I can't wait for that one. To be honest.
Yeah, we got to do like Reddit Mondays or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, just reading comments and stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah. Matt sounds like a jittery crackhead. Oh yeah, I won't lie. I do sound like that. But yeah, anyway. All right, people. That was Raw Goats podcast. People, remember, being lined and staying lined.
And wear some goddamn different clothes instead of Gucci. How about
Amazon Basics. There you go.
exactly? Come on now, the Amazon drip.
Yep. Yep. And stop poking your butt out because a bee might sting it. So yeah, people, that's it. See ya. Bye.